All right. YouTubers in the house on The Voice. Let me tell you, I'd like to shout out JR Aquino and VanJess, who made it and who didn't. Hey fam, what's up? This is Robert Anton, robertanton.com, coming to you with another No Frills commentary from a singer. We are talking about The Voice tonight. It was episode 4 of the blind auditions, night 4. And at the start of the show, we found out that Adam and Blake have 5 vocalists, Ceelo has 4, and Xtina has 7 so far, and they are going to pick up a bunch of new people tonight because it was a really good show with lots of great talent, 2 hours. Let me get to what happened. First off, the funny thing was Blake came out and he was toting his ACM award for Male Vocalist of the Year, and he said, I'm going to use this at some point in this show. I'm going to win somebody over with this. So he put that in, something he could put in his bag of tricks, right? You always got to have something for your bag of tricks. The first singer up was Melanie Martinez. She was 17. She was from Baldwin Senior High School, and she did Toxic by Britney Spears. But let me tell you, this is not the Toxic that you used to know, right? It's not what I used to know. She came up with a guitar, a tambourine to do the song, right? And as soon as she started, the audience was right with her. And I was waiting to see what was going to happen. Blake and Adam chimed in first. It was really strange and interesting arrangement, and I actually thought her voice was better than, it reminded me of But Was Better Than Dia and Senya from season 1. Ceelo also chimed in. Adam said he was hearing a little bit of Bjork, but Blake said she doesn't sound or look like anybody else. She chose Adam, though I thought she was right up Blake's alley, you know, because I can't get out of my mind, you know, Senya and Dia, and, you know, he took them on tour and all that good stuff. So if she knows the history of the show, I would have thought she would have went with Blake, but she chose Adam, and I guess that was a good choice. Next up was Cupid, 32. He actually is the guy who originated the Cupid Shuffle, right? And I thought this was totally a publicity stunt. I really did. I'm sorry if it wasn't. Forgive me, Cupid. But he said that he wanted to step away from this one hit that he had, you know, and some of us would love to have one big hit, you know. But anyway, he said he wanted to step away from this one hit, and yet he does that song as his audition song. And I was like, come on now, come on. You know, it just didn't jive with me. It didn't make any artistic sense. So I wrote he sounded good on the song, but of course it's his song written for his voice. None of the judges turned for him, and why? It was a bad song choice for The Voice. Ceelo recognized him as soon as he turned around. I was like, oh, you know, whatever. I said his name or whatever. And he asked him to sing something else. And he sang Let's Get It On. And he sounded good. He sounded really good. And Xtina was like trying to push her button like, but you say you want to get out of this one hit thing, and yet you still do this one song. Yeah. It just, I felt like it was a publicity stunt. What do you guys think? Brian Scartocci, I think it is, 26, he did Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. He had a really interesting top sound to his voice for me. It kind of reminded me of Aaron Neville's sound, even though he had a lot more of the full lower register. Adam, Blake, and Ceelo chimed in about the same time. His movements were a bit awkward, but I was really liking the like a fluttery, I called it a flutteriness to his voice. He chose Adam. I thought that she should have went with Ceelo, but you know, that's his choice, and he decided what he wanted to do. A few people came through, a few duets, a few duos they did not send through, and one was VanJess from YouTube. Hey, what's up? I love them. I watch them all the time. And Audition, they didn't get any chance to turn. Maddie and Julia, they sounded pretty good to me on Disturbia, but they didn't make it. I think one of the judges said that they weren't exactly together. They weren't, you know, tight. The Wadsworth Sisters also didn't get a coach to turn. Then came up Beat Frequency. They were 35 and 28, a married duo. They did E.T. featuring Kanye West by Katy Perry. Xtina chimed in as soon as they came in on the harmony. It was so tight, so pretty. I like that the guy did the rap and kind of a sing song. He didn't try to really rap it like a rapper. He kind of sang it. Kind of sang rap, like a rhythmic singing kind of thing he did. I really liked that. They sounded good and tight together. Ceelo said they were the best duo so far. Oh yeah? I think somebody would disagree with you about that, but I'm not gonna argue. Make sure that if you enjoy my commentaries that you thumb this up. Let me know that you are enjoying it. Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, pass it around. Let people know that we're having a good discussion here on Robert Anton NYC. Next up was Tyler Lillestol. At 23, he did You Got It Bad by Usher. He talked briefly about how he learned to sing. And I just wanted to talk about this really quick because he didn't have any formal training. And he said he listens to the artists, he practices their runs, he mimics them, and then he tries to make it his own. This is the way a lot of people learn how to sing, especially when you're a kid. You know, kids just start singing along with the song, you know, learning what that artist does and doing what they do. And it's not a bad way to learn. And when people say, oh, you know, I need a voice coach, I can't find anybody at this, there are so many great artists who have never really started out with a vocal coach, a vocal trainer, a vocal teacher. They learn by listening, mimicking, trying things out, doing their own thing. So that is one good way to learn. Yeah, getting back into it, he had a really crisp and clean sound, but no coaches chimed in for it. I was thinking to myself, really white bread, but I didn't want to say that, but I am, because you know what? I say what I want on my videos, right? Adam didn't like the transitions from his chest to his falsetto voice and thought the song limited. I'm just tripping over words today. And so then he thought the song limited him. Liz Davis is up next. She was 25. She did Here for the Party, Gretchen Wilson. And can I say, I love this song. I had never heard it before until we got a request to do it on a gig, and our female singer Kirby at the time did it, and I was like, yo, go girl. She was carried on, and I was loving this song from then on. Christina and Adam chimed in the first like 15 seconds. She had on the shortest skirt ever, okay, for this, but she sat down in the first little part. I was like, oh, we're gonna be able to see like China. But she crossed her legs, you know, really demurring all that. Long legs too. And I was liking her interpretation of the song. It was very wild and carefree, but she was also hitting all the notes, getting all the little pieces in that needed to get in. And it was really enjoyable, tossing the hair and all that, just carrying on, but it was still contained. It was like an energy that was like bubbling, and then it was just like, she didn't let it go. She just let it just build and build. So I really, really enjoyed that. Blake chimed in at the last second. Adam said he wanted to turn around when she first said all right. And I saw like him and Christina when she came and she was like, all right, or something like that. And both of them like looked up like, oh, okay, who is this? You know, she chose Blake, and I thought it was the best choice for her genre. J.R. Aquino, 25, from YouTube, did Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. Christina and Adam chimed in right away. He had a really great sound that I've heard many times on YouTube. So I guess I'm already a little bit biased, right? But for this performance, he really showed some of the best he had to offer, I felt. Good song choice for his voice, nice melodic choices, and he was very comfortable on stage. Ceelo chimed in at the last minute. Adam said he sounds a lot like Bruno Mars. Christina said his pitch got her to turn around. He chose Ceelo, which surprised me because it didn't seem like Ceelo was really trying to win over the contestants at this point. He was kind of like just laying back, chilling, kind of like, and I was like, come on, Ceelo, try to fight for him. But he chose Ceelo, and I guess it's because a little bit of a thing that he noticed during the performance, that, you know, he felt like Ceelo was very honest with him, and he enjoyed that part of the criticism that Ceelo gave. So on the commercial, they played some clips of Christina's video For Your Body, a sneak preview, exclusive. Yeah, did you see it? If you did, what did you think of it? Make sure to pop your comments down in the comments section. Next up, we had Aina Alvarez, 22. She did Turn the Beat Around, Gloria Estefan. She was very dramatic when she opened up and showed a lot of strength, but I felt it was a little affected. I don't know what it was. It was like some of her parts of her vocals were kind of muted, and it was just all very strong. So Ceelo looked like he was going to hit his button, but no judges turned their chairs. Christina said she was on 10 the whole time, which I totally agree. And she was looking, and Christina said she was looking for a little more dimension. You know, even though it's a strong song and powerful on it, you want to be able to bring it, you know. I can't, I want to be able to sing on some of these, you know, but YouTube is going to mess me up if I do, so I am not going to. But she just didn't have any kind of levels with it, and I think that's why the judges didn't end up turning for her. Nicholas David, 31, was up next to Stand By Me, Ben E. King. You got to see this guy in this performance. He started the song out and he had such a good vibe. Ceelo chimed in, and this arrangement was so sweet, and I was liking his voice, and he looks nothing like he sounds. So my head was bobbing the whole time he performed, right? I was just like in it. I was just like, wow, this is good. I was hoping like somebody else was gonna throw their hat into the ring. Just really nice. Adam said he heard Aaron Neville in this man's performance. And I tweeted, you know, I was like, Aaron Neville must have his like spirit over the proceedings tonight, because I heard him earlier and Adam hears him now. Next up was Alexandre Gario. She was from LaGuardia Arts High School in New York City. Yeah, the famed school. And I went to the one in Cleveland. Hey, big up, Cleveland School of Arts. Okay, she was 17. Just had to throw that in there, right? Did The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I liked the beginning of the song. She had this little hiccup that was just like, it was immediately like something like boom, that got your attention right away, right? And she had such a sweet sound. She was immediately vested into the emotion of the song. Adam turned his chair first. Ceelo chimed in near the end of the song. Xtina said it was a little too sweet for her, and said she fell off some of the notes when Adam turned his chair, and which may have been true, but let me tell you, this was a wonderful performance. 17 years old, lots of talent, just stage presence, and was just comfortable there living on stage. Really enjoyed her. She chose Adam. A few other young people who got onto teams so they didn't really show their whole performance. Adana Duru, 15, she did Edge of Glory. Kelly Crapup was 15. Paulina, 16. They all got on teams. And last but not least for the evening was Avery Wilson, 16. He did Without You, David Guetta featuring Usher. This is such a difficult song. Let me tell you, and I know firsthand because they try to get me to do it on gigs, and I'm like, like it is not in my range, okay? But he was right on top of it, even extended things and did some wonderful stuff. Adam, Ceelo, Xtina all chimed right in. The first little fluttery run he did near the beginning gave me chills, and he made some great melodic choices throughout the song, some nice changes and things. Blake also chimed in after one of his big notes, and I just wrote, wow. Ceelo said it's by the grace of God that he'd come. Yeah. I was like, what the heck is he talking about? Like the second coming, or what was going on? And he said, you know, R&B really needs, our genre really needs somebody like him and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, is he gonna save R&B all on his own? But I was just going there because in my mind by this time, believe me, 2 hours in, I was just ready to be done. But I was just loving his performance. He chose Ceelo, which surprised me, kind of. I would have went with Xtina or Ceelo for him. Yeah, but it was a good choice either way. So I am interested to see how much more he can do with this voice that was just really, really incredible. I thought it was a really great night tonight for performances. What did you guys think? This is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. Pop your comments down in the comment section. Make sure to thumb this up, pass it on, and make sure to tune in for some more of the commentary here, plus my So You Want to Be a Singer series here on YouTube and my originals playlist. I'm out.